Welcome to Positively Muskegon. It's Andy O'Reilly, and I am out in Muskegon Township today. Brad Walters is my guest. We are at Fire Barn number 1, and take a look behind us here. This is one of my favorite things about coming to a fire department. I've done this up in the township up
Dalton
there.
Township.
Dalton Township.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Alan Stiles' place. You know,
Right,
up where
right.
Alan is, and they've got a little display like this. Is this common in fire departments?
You know, a lot of fire departments have some sort of display of memorabilia,
Yeah.
old fire artifacts.
Yeah.
A lot of these trucks and toys that you see back here were donated by some citizens within our community that they wanted to
It's really cool.
keep the memories going and
Yeah.
have them displayed.
I got here before Brad a few minutes, and it's like, hey, good. I'll just take a look at all this stuff and slop
Check out all
over
the,
it.
yeah,
toys.
absolutely.
And then downtown Muskegon, they've even got the old fire pole
Yep.
on display. So
Yeah, right at the central station.
for a guy that wanted to be a firefighter when he was a kid, you know, I mean, this is like geek time for me.
Yeah,
so I
heck
really
yeah.
love it.
You bet.
Brad gave me a call and wanted to talk about a great fundraiser that's coming up, Fill the Boot,
Yes.
which is been around a long time, but it's one of these things that kind of took a shot to the chops there for a little while.
Yeah.
Tell me about Fill the Boot and how it all got started and all that stuff.
So the Fill the Boot is the name that's been started. I want to say it's been over 40 years now. That the fire service in general has been partnering with the Muscular Dystrophy Association to raise money, both to fund research for the different cure or for different types of muscular dystrophy and in hopes of finding cures.
Sure.
And then they do a barrier-free summer camp for these kids where most kids can go to camp. They can
Sure.
shoot the bow and arrows. They can go swimming. They can do all these different activities that kids would frequently do at a summer camp. But obviously, those with muscular dystrophy, the ones that are wheelchair bound, they have special needs. Maybe they have a feeding tube.
Yeah.
Things of that matter that obviously would not be able to be facilitated at normal summer camp. They don't get to participate in those activities. So each year they put on a summer camp where these kids can go just be a normal kid.
Yeah.
They have all the people there to help care for their individual needs. Specialized things so that they can participate, go swimming, play some of these different games, and it's just the highlight of these kids' year. I mean, it's
Big thing.
Oh, absolutely. Meeting some of these patients, I mean, they just smile ear to ear when they talk about summer camp, and
Yeah.
they just absolutely love it. Seeing other kids that got the same problems as them, they
Sure.
can connect with them.
Ain't no
It's
difference.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, like, you know, and I said Fill the Boot kind of took a shot to the chops.
Yeah.
And we've gone through that too, because I do the Newsies.
Yep.
And, you know, it's got the whole thing to do with the firefighters would give up their day and they'd stand in the middle of the street.
Yeah, that's
stand
where it
with
came
the boot.
from.
Hey,
I mean,
give us
literally,
change.
back in the day, they would take the boot off that they wore. Their
Right.
working gear. Hey, man, come on, pass the boot around. Let's raise some money. So
Right.
and traditionally, it was you'd stand in the streets as people would stop at stoplights or stop signs and
Captive audience.
Absolutely. But unfortunately, there's been some safety concerns with that, so we had to get a little creative about how else we can fill
Okay.
the boot and continue raising money for this great cause.
And you've done it, and you've teamed up
Yes.
with G&L
Yep.
here in
Yep.
town, which
G&L,
is,
we have
I mean, it's a community staple. Who doesn't
Yeah.
love G&L?
They have great food.
Yeah.
We're frequent the ones by both of our stations for lunch.
Sure.
They're right around the corner, so
Yeah.
it's a staple for us as firefighters here in the township. We visit them regularly.
All right, so G&L is going to be your host.
Yep.
You got 2 dates coming up.
Yes, so the first one is Friday, September 14th. That is this coming Friday, and
Yep.
then the second one is the following Friday, the 21st.
Open to close.
Open and close, we'll be there.
You're going to be there just hanging out?
Yes,
or
I will be there both days.
Yeah.
I'll have a handful of my brother firefighters from Muskegon Township with
Right.
me.
But there's a competition twist in this
absolutely.
too.
So-
Well, now who'd you pull into this one?
So I roped in our brothers at Norton Shores Fire Department.
Hey, Canukin.
So
Pay attention over there.
Yeah, so we got a little friendly competition. We're still trying to decide the ultimate little wager that we
Hey,
have.
Gagnon. Pay attention over there.
So we
The
are.
gauntlet's getting thrown down, boys.
Oh yes, indeed.
So okay, so there's a competition to this.
Yes.
Oh.
So each department's going to be at a G&L,
Yep.
one on September 14th and one on the 21st.
Okay.
They'll be at their Sternberg G&L and the Sherman and Henry G&L.
Okay.
They'll be Sternberg this Friday, the 14th. And then they will be at the one at Sherman and Henry on the 21st. They'll be
Okay.
doing the exact same thing we are,
Yep.
except for they're just not going to raise as much money as
Of course they're
us.
not.
Muskegon Township's going to come out the winner in this little competition. Exactly.
I better be careful because they're my fire department in Roosevelt Park.
True.
Sorry, guys. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
So Eric
Anyway.
Wenceloff.
But it's a friendly competition.
Oh,
Is there a
absolutely.
wager between the two departments?
We're still deciding on what the wager's going to be yet.
Yeah.
We got a few days yet. We're trying to get a little creative. We're trying to come up with a catchy little name. At this point, we're just calling it the Battle of the Badges.
Okay.
So Eric Wenceloff from Norton Shores, he's kind of the guy that's heading it up with them. He was hoping to make it here today, but
Right.
unfortunately had some prior commitments, but
Well, that happens.
it happens.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
So
we're trying to come
what
up
are we
with a
talking
way.
like? Wash the trucks? Are we talking like
I don't know. I'm open to suggestions here.
Yeah?
So I mean, we're gonna win anyway. So
bonfire,
whatever.
beer party? And what do we got
all of
going
the
on?
above. So
So these next 2 Fridays,
yes.
we got Norton Shores, we got Muskegon Township.
Yep.
I want to get back, and we've had some fun picking on these guys, but for what you guys do and what you guys do day in and day out, there's some tough stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, accidents, you got to go. I mean, when somebody dies, you got to go there for the. It's just really, really difficult. So there's a shell that you have to build around yourself
Yeah, absolutely.
for some of this kind of
Yep.
stuff, and it's difficult. And you got to
Yeah.
be the tough guy. But underneath it all, you firefighters are really a big bunch of teddy bears.
Oh, absolutely.
You really are.
We're a bunch of kids.
And this
underneath, you know,
gives
we
you a
love having
chance.
fun.
This gives you a chance to show, hey, we really do care and we really want to make a difference.
Yep.
And you got a personal story about this MD stuff.
Yeah. So and I know 2 of our local patients quite well. Actually, the other one that you might be familiar with is Chase. He did the Make-A-Wish event.
Yeah.
He also has
Yeah.
a form of muscular dystrophy.
Yep.
And then my son actually has a classmate of his
Yep.
at Churchill Elementary who also suffers from a form of muscular dystrophy, and he right now is receiving the Spinoza treatment, which is just passed through the FDA. It's an expensive thing, but with the help of organization like MDA to fund some of this research, he's been able to see some improvements in his current health right
things.
now with that. So, it's cool to see that on a personal level.
Yeah.
You know, statewide, you get to meet different patients, and we have a vast majority of MDA patients across the state, but to see it right here in our own communities,
Doing great things.
Absolutely,
And that's the other thing I love about firefighters is once they latch on to a couple of kids like Chase and
Yep.
and your son's friend, you're not going away.
No, they're our buddies. We love them.
you got a friend in firefighters, man,
Absolutely.
and
They're
that's
our
how
buddies.
that
I
works.
got a few buddies, and they're
So
great.
awesome, man. Great job. Norton Shores, Muskegon Township. The competition is the next 2 Fridays at our area G&L location. Stop in there for lunch. Are they doing breakfast at those places?
They don't do breakfast,
They
so
don't,
they
but they
open
do
up
lunch
at
and
11,
dinner.
11
Okay,
o'clock.
yeah.
So come on in
It's
for
one
lunch.
of those things I can't remember.
Afternoon
Hey,
snack.
dude, when I have to get up for work at 3 o'clock in the morning anymore, I don't know who sells breakfast anymore.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
We're going to
Get
get a
out.
late breakfast.
Yeah,
So
there you
Puffer's
go.
got a home football game on the 21st, so
Hey.
it's right around the corner from Reese Buffer High School. You're going out to the football game, come grab some dinner.
That's right.
Who doesn't like a chili dog before a football game?
That's
So-
right. Help these guys out. Help the MDA. It's Shores against Muskegon Township. We'll find out who the winner is. You can do your part by stopping into a G&L over the next 2 Fridays and fill the boot. Thank you, Brad, for coming on.
Absolutely. Thanks for
We'll
coming
get
in.
the-
Appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Got a little special treat for you at the end of this one, too. Before he got here, I shot all the footage of these great collectibles of the fire department, so
All
stay
right.
tuned. We'll give you a little tour of the Muskegon Township Fire Department toy collection.